Hey guys, so today we're going to be building out the login page for our app. So we're going to take pretty much the same thing we did for the register and then move that over. So inside of our app we have modules register, and I'm going to copy that and create basically a login folder that resembles it, kind of how we did for the website too. So let's create a UI folder first, and we can copy this register view into the UI, and I'm going to rename it to login view. And again, we're just going to change some of the values here. So we still have form values, email and password. The submit is okay. We should still have email password field. It's really this stuff at the bottom that's going to change. So here we're going to say, well, we could even keep the submit. We're just going to say the text box here, we're going to say login. And really we need a kind of a button at the bottom that links between the two, because if I'm on the register page I might want to get to login and vice versa. So we'll add that in a second, kind of how we have on our website. And I'm going to say login view, and I'm going to keep everything the same here. The only thing is I want to switch out this guy right here. So instead of valid user, I'm going to use the login schema. So this is the same one we used for our website. And I'm going to remove the import from the top. And this looks pretty good. We might need to make some changes, but let's go ahead and render it. So I'm going to create a login connector. And we can copy this. And we'll just rename it. And we don't have a register view. We do not have a controller right now. And then as usual, we'll create a dummy submit. And I'm just going to log it. Pass that in. Alright, so now I want to go ahead and render this and see if it looks and works how we think it will. So I'm going to go over to the routes index, and we have our register one here. Let's go ahead and add our login. Now I'm going to say this one is going to be /register now. And I can say this one is /login too, and I can specify the initial entries. So I can say /login. Now if I do it like this, you'll notice we'll go to the login page first. So if I don't have this, we can paste this. So if I don't have initial entries, the initial page you go to is just a /, and we don't actually render anything on a /, so you'll notice it's white and it's blank over here. But for testing purposes, we can specify the first page that we want to go to. In this case, we want to go to the login page, and here we see our login page. So let me bring up the command. So I have my server up and running, but we want to look at the app right now. So I'm going to type in a email and password, and we'll just confirm that it logs it. Good. So now we want to go ahead and call our mutation. So let's go ahead and say login controller, and wrap it. This is one thing I dislike about rendered props, is trying to get this thing to work. Grab it. We need to import it from the controller. But yeah, just like trying to format this, I'm just bad at it. And we're going to grab submit, and we're going to pass submit in. Alright, let's reload this. And I don't think there's any more work we need to do with this. If I try to log in with a bad email, we see invalid login. So cool. So what I want to try next is logging in with a user that is not confirmed yet. And I don't really want to keep sending emails because I know the emails work. So what I'm going to do is just hop on over to the server, and here's the resolver for register. And I'm just going to comment out the send email part right now. And I'm going to say confirmed is false, and then we're going to switch this to true in a second. And now the other thing is, because we have the website working, I have the website up right here. What I can do is I can actually register on the website and then log in on the app. So let's do that. So I'm going to create a user called bob@bob.com, and his password is Bob. Okay, it has trouble. Let me see if my server is up. Alright, my server crashed, and that's because we're not using these things. So I just need to comment out some things whenever I have my TypeScript setting, I guess, very high. So whenever I have like something like this, I need to fix it before. So I commented out these two guys because we're not using them. This was the part that was using them. And now I'm going to try registering again. And we are able to register. Now this user is not confirmed yet. So if I come over here, I should get an error. And it says please confirm your email. Cool. So I want to change this to now be true. And now if I create a second user, so Bob2, and we register, I guess we have to wait for it to reload. Let's refresh. There we go. And now let's try registering or logging in with him. And we can look at our log. Looks like we didn't get an error, which is perfect, and the response is null, so it worked. Alright, so that's the login. Now here's where things get a little bit interesting. So for our website, whenever we log in, we get a cookie, and the cookie is saved. And all requests after that will send the cookie, and that's how we'll know who the user is. Now with the app, I don't know what just happened here. We can't actually use cookies. So we're going to have to do a different method. What we're going to do is, and this requires some changes to the server itself, is whenever we log in, we're actually going to send the session ID back, and we're going to save that and send it as a header every time we make a request. So that's what we're going to do in the next video. We're going to modify our server a little bit so that we send the session ID back, and we're going to save that session ID. That way every request after that will be sent as a header. And in the app, we're going to be using a secure storage to store it, and that's kind of how we'll do the authentication. That's it for this video, guys. I'll see you in the next one.